before those papers were dropped off.
Fox 6's Mike Lowe went on an exclusive behind-the-scenes tour of the statewide effort to ramp up the recall. Here it is in his political lowdown.
There's a large part of the population that's ready for this, that's been waiting for this since about February 11th.
Almost from the moment Scott Walker announced he wanted to end collective bargaining and that he would not negotiate with the unions.
For those who might ask, why not bargain for this? Again, we're not negotiating over a budget.
This is what democracy looks like.
Organized labor was ready for a recall.
Scott Walker has got to go.
So help me God.
But they had to wait until 1 year after his election to start the effort.
This is a very huge grassroots effort.
We live in Milwaukee, so check city.
That day is here, but it was hardly the beginning of the work.
If we wait until the 15th, then we're behind the game.
The Democrats started training people on October 24th. Party strategists have opened up more than 20 offices statewide.
Signature.
A handful of paid staffers have spent a month alongside volunteers copying and stapling, making poster boards and preparing clipboards, all for the ultimate prize in Wisconsin politics.
Thank you.
In Democratic circles, it's assumed most of the signatures, perhaps as many as 400,000, will come from Milwaukee and Madison. But Democrats want 600,000 people to sign, a goal to get 1 out of every 5 registered voters.
Know what we're doing. We can get these signatures and initiate a recall election.
Fox 6 News went on an exclusive behind-the-scenes tour of the recall offices across 600 miles of the state. Madison is ground zero, and this office is hosting several training sessions a day.
People have been affected personally, for the first time in politics.
Zach Schuster is one of them, and he's a volunteer in the Madison office, where signature collectors are learning how to fill out petitions properly.
Broad overview, bird's eye view of what this process is going to look like.
In La Crosse,
You follow the directions, Al.
volunteer Sue Conrad's watchful eye supervises the setup.
I'm going to sit down and copy over top of your handwriting.
As you know, we will have just 60 days.
Already they're lining up support through a phone campaign.
I'm a volunteer calling with the lacrosse committee to recall Walker.
Onward, upward.
La Crosse was the battleground on which a successful Senate recall was fought. That contest gave the Democrats a playbook.
We also learned what areas we need to hit a little harder, what areas we need to do more educating for people.
Up north in Stevens Point,
We are in our new permanent headquarters for the Portage County Democratic Party.
the Democrats desperately want to minimize the number of challenged signatures, so they're training collectors to mind their P's and Q's.
We want to make sure and get this right. A lot of people want to help, but they don't exactly have the experience.
In Appleton, the office is making a mark.
On behalf of United Wisconsin,
You signed an online pledge.
showing interest in recalling Governor Walker.
It used to be a tattoo parlor, so it has some pretty cool pictures and layouts.
Claire Knudsen is making calls and organizing the list of those who have already pledged to sign the recall petition, some 3,000 so far.
And this represents all the people from this county who signed an online pledge.
If you're here in Milwaukee,
It'll be a 60-day free-for-all in every corner of the state. Wisconsin Republican Party Executive Director Stephen Thompson says the party will mount an aggressive effort to keep Scott Walker in office. He says the party will open campaign offices in every corner of the state.
So we're doing a few things. One is setting back up our grassroots structure across the state. Typically, we do that in about March or April of an election year. This time it's November of the year previously, but we're getting the ground game ready, and we're out there telling folks, listen, it's working, and recalling a governor less than a year into his first term is absurd.
We'll have a closer look at the Republican effort in the coming weeks.